What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay. BlackBerry Passport in 2020. So you guys saw this on my desk probably in another video, and I was sitting there and I was like, oh man, it's too late to move it, so let's just get on with the video. Yeah, the phone still works. Still use it. Fired it up, did a reset. As you can see, I left all the stuff on here, and just kind of started adding a few things. Actually, I've had this for some time, and I started putting stuff up on social media again. Because BlackBerry OS, I recently bought the Key 2 LE. The Key 2 LE is a fantastic phone, but still it runs Android, and I have Android phones, so I had to get the full experience from BlackBerry OS, which I think this is the best BlackBerry ever made. I don't know how to say it any other way. This is the best BlackBerry ever made. It was ahead of its time, in my opinion. The construction of this thing is incredible. You got this metal beam that runs down pretty much the center of the device. You've got stereo speakers down there, which are incredibly loud. You've got a headphone jack. It takes an SD card when you pop this area off right here. It was just a device that was really, really solid. And there's no other way to give it to you. The cameras and everything were great on here. No problems with those. Battery life is where this phone really shined. It was really, really good. Now, BlackBerry World is, shut down, but it still works. I signed into it, and all of these apps pretty much still work, but they're just not getting support. That's ultimately what it is. Because when I heard about the BlackBerry World shutting down, I think I announced that to you guys 2 years ago. I thought they were going to completely shut everything down, but they didn't. So it still works. You can still sign in, download applications, everything. It's still there. You just won't have any support from the developers. That's all. But the speakers on this thing are just, let me play something here. Let's see if I can play this for you. It's just, the speakers on here are incredible. It's just great. It's funny. I gotta play this for you. It's crazy loud. YouTube, what's good? An exclusive right now with your man Jay. You hear how loud that is? First one on YouTube, the Sophie Garcia. That is a loud set of speakers right there. And they're stereo speakers, so they have that. Let me play something else here. Man, I just realized I have almost 4,000 videos uploaded. That is crazy. Really crazy. Let's play the one more. If you haven't purchased these, you slipping. Here's mine right here. I love them. Love these things. You know how loud that is? Bass, tones, everything. Woo. And they face this way, so both of those face down, so it just feels like it's coming right at you. Oh my goodness. I mean, talk about a quality device, and look at how clear this is. What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay, and we're here to talk about the new. And look here, check it out. I'm getting ready to active noise canceling earbuds. Show you something here. 720p is all it's playing at because it's going through the browser. But I had to go ahead and drop this for you because, wow, it's going through the browser because there's no official YouTube app for this phone. But texting and typing on, you can also control the device because this is a touch sensitive keyboard down here. Just talking and texting on this thing is incredible. I used web apps for the most part. It doesn't bother me that this phone needed web apps. Because it's the same, being able to, you don't have to touch your screen. You can just go in like this. I mean, it's hot. This phone was ahead of its time, man. It was ahead of its time, and I think a lot of people slept on it. So let's go to Twitter here. This phone was slept on, man. It was just ahead of its time. This is the web app for Twitter, like the website or whatever, but it's still the same. I mean, for what you do on YouTube or what you do with your social media, you know, day in, day out, this is enough. Like, I don't know how a person would need any more. Everything operates exactly the same. So yeah, basic functionality, man. You've got the hub. You've got everything, man. You swipe over this way and you get your hub. You can compose messages from in here. BBM, you know, doesn't work anymore. If you try to click on BBM, it's going to tell you that it's an error. And that's unfortunate because BBM was like way ahead of its game, man. It was ahead of its time and it deserves more. Right now, it's still the best platform because it had video calling and everything all in. So the cameras were really solid. Let me see if I can get some here. They were good, man. Crystal clear. I don't know how that comes across, but it has video up to 1080p at 60 frames per second. You know, it's just one of those things that either you liked the Passport or you didn't. It's got continuous autofocus in there too. But I personally like this phone, and I think having it around is a reminder of where phones should have stayed. You know, it does have this like plastic back or whatever, but it's a metal frame going through here. And you've seen some of the drop tests for this phone back in the day. If you haven't, you need to go check them out. I have so much content on BlackBerry, it's ridiculous, because I was full-time BlackBerry 24/7. And I very well could be. There's a phone that's out. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, Jay, this is phone out. You should check it out. I know about the phone, man. I checked the phone out. It costs $700, and I'm not willing to invest in an Android phone with a keyboard for $700. I'm just not willing to do it. And it's not BlackBerry OS. So, you know, unless they're going to send it to me, I probably won't be purchasing it. But yeah, this phone is hot, man. It's still in rotation. This is a great, great phone. And I think you'd be hard pressed to find a quality product like this in 2020 or anything that's matching this. That's why I'm not interested in that keyboard phone, you know, with the Android joint on it. So anyway, it's your man Jay, man. I had to give you a little follow up. I feel like this phone, I mean, obviously I can use this every day because my personal life doesn't warrant me. I don't need social media. This has become something that's fun to me or whatever. And that's about where it stays. But, you know, personally, I don't have to be on social media, which is why I take lots of breaks. But this is a phone that can be used daily with no problems with me. I don't know about you, but I think this phone fits right in rotation for me. It may not, some of you guys might say, oh, I'm over that, I'm past that or whatever. That's fine. I respect that. But I think this phone is deserving. I think BlackBerry, I'm over it, but I still think BlackBerry should have done another BlackBerry OS and give us a refresh to this, because the Key 2 LE is nice. All these other phones are nice, but to me, they're not real BlackBerries. This is a real BlackBerry.